So let's get started because I don't want to keep you too long. So this card is made using both the Spooky Suite and the Fright, what's it called? Fright Night. I just used various things from both Halloween pieces. And this is a bookbinding card. And what I mean by a bookbinding, it's like it opens like a book. So it's right here, it's down, the way you score it, and then you add some either glue or tape or whatever, and and then open it up, and it looks like a book, opens like a book. These are always fun to make. So I'm going to first show you the paper. It's called Spooky Suite, and I just think it's so cool. So for this one, I used this piece right here. So it's just, I cut it down, but it's actually a card front. These three are card fronts. These four can go on card fronts. And so the paper is actually, and then it's got that Petunia Pop on the back. And then we've got this paper, which actually I use, and I don't think I cut it, so we'll cut that one. And then it has this. It's actually good for scrapbooking too, if you're looking to scrapbook some. And then some tags, which you just cut out and use. That's really cool. And, oh, I forgot to show you back. I'll show you the backs. And then this paper is so cute with these little creatures on it. And then it has 2 complete sheets of die cuts. You just punch them out, add some adhesive, and add them to your card. So they're really easy to use. And I actually, I didn't see these at first. So when I put this up last night, I didn't have this, but I thought that cauldron would be so cute. And then it's got some little people that you, and I think they're just darling. So that's called Spooky Suite Designer Series paper. And I used that on here and then here, which I forgot to cut out. And I will cut that out. And then the trick or treat inside. And then I thought I would use because of the Petunia Pop, I thought on the one we make today, I'll put that here in the inside. So anyway, we'll get started and I'll show you all the measurements. So we're going to start with a base. The card base is Petunia Pop, and it's cut at 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2 and 6 1/2. And I will score it with you. And then the basic white that goes on the inside is 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then for the front, the basic black is 4 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then this piece that I cut off the, get these little pieces away here. This Spooky Suite is the Designer Series paper, is 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, which will go on the basic black. So we'll get started. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to score the card base, and it's going to be 5 1/2. So I'm scoring at 5 1/2 and 6 1/2. And the 6 1/2 is when you have this cutter, this is the 6-inch mark, and then the half will be right there. So I'll just put my paper in there at 6 1/2 and score it. With that for now, until we have to cut that other piece. So now I'm going to burnish on the score lines. And then we're going to, this one is going to be folded back. And then I'll show you how to make the book binding. And this will go with anything. So we're going to use, I use tear and tape. You could use glue or any adhesive you have. And I'm going to add some tear and tape right here. And right here. And then I'm just going to take off the have my take your pick tool here. I had no problem doing this last night, but then it comes to getting it off today. Oh boy. If I had my take your pick tool, it would come right off, but I don't have it here. There. Got that one. There. Now we're just going to fold that over, and I'm going to burnish it real well. And because I forgot to cut this piece, I'm going to cut that and use the, that color, but I kind of like this one. So I'm going to use this, and it's going to be 7/8. So 7/8. Yeah, if I need to find my scissors. That's something I haven't found yet, but that's a very good idea. And this is going to be at 4 1/8. I think that's right, 4 1/8. Pretty sure that's right. Yeah, 4 1/8. So 4 1/8 by 7/8. Let's see if I did that right. Yeah, 4 1/8 by 7/8. Yep. Okay. I'm going to add that in right here. And if you wanted to do like a ribbon, you could put your ribbon on before you closed it up, and then it would come down. I'm just going to add some ribbon, the Petunia Pop, pretty Petunia Pop ribbon. And then I'm going to adhere this panel to the basic black. And that will go right here. And this will go right here on the front. This will go right here. And then we will put the inside, and I'm going to stamp the Trick or Treat from Fright Night. So the Trick or Treat from right here, the Trick or Treat. And I'm going to stamp that on the white. And a good way to do this is to make sure that you're go ahead and stamp it before you put it down. So many times I've put it down, forgot to stamp it, and then I had to take it up because it didn't work. So I'm going to, on this card, I'm going to add this little bottle there. So I want to make sure I don't get in. So I'm going to put it right up here. You could also add some bats or whatever you want, but for now, I think I'll just do this. That ties into the Petunia Pop. And then we'll put this on the inside. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining. We're making a Halloween card today. In fact, I made a bunch of them. I have, 5 little grands over here. So I need one for each of them. And then the next thing we're going to do, and I already cut this out, but this is from the Fright Night dies. So we've got, these are the dies, and I'm using the Boo. There's also an Eek, and I cut it out using Timid Tiger. And I'm just going to add just a tiny bit of adhesive. It doesn't take much to, what I should have done was make it a sticker, add some adhesive to the back. That would have been really smart. I didn't. I'm not always so smart. And then there's 2 bats in the Spooky Sweet. Let me show you that. So this makes 2 bats. And they're together, and you can cut out 2 at a time, which is pretty nice. And I'm just going to add a little bit of we'll make these guys up here so that you can see them well. I think these bats are so cute. And there's also some die cuts on that die cut sheet. There's also some bats on there. And then I'm going to put the cauldron. I think this cauldron is just absolutely darling, and it's a die cut. And so I'm just going to add some and for this one I'm going to pop it up, put on some dimensionals so it will look like it's boiling over. Isn't that cute? Now, the finishing touch is I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to the bats. And I will try to I will do it, and then I will try to see if you can see the Wink of Stella on it. But it does add a little bit of a, I think that's really cute. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Probably not, but in real life, it really is cute. And then I'm going to add some Wink of Stella down here. I love Wink of Stella, and I forget to use it so much. And I just love the way it pops things out. So just adding some Wink of Stella there. And then I'm going to use the Petunia Pop ribbon. So here's the ribbon. Mine came out. And I'm going to cut, I'm just going to cut some off. And I'm going to tie a little bow and put that on with a mini glue dot so it kind of finishes off and ties in the colors. Of course, I never can make a ribbon when I'm on live because it just does not work. That doesn't look good. So I want it to look good, right? There's lots of different ways to tie a bow. When I joined under my sister-in-law, and she used to make the bows with the rabbit ears, two ears, but I kind of lost my touch on that. So let's cut off the edges. And we'll do this one that way too. And then all you need to do is to put it on is to use a mini glue dot. So we'll make a mini glue dot. Go right here. And there you go. That's the card. Really quick and easy. And I love the fact that I could cut out and use the designer series paper. And so I hope you enjoyed that. And of course I made a few more. Always have to. I'm loving that little house, the little haunted house. And this is the new, I forgot the name of it, but it's the new punch. So I really like that. So it's no tricks, all treats. And that is from the Spooky Halloween. And then this little guy, I popped him up. I mean, I cut him out, and then a bat, and then you open it up and it says Happy Halloween. I think that's so cute. And that's more of the paper. The second one is this one, very simple. Just some of the paper. The Happy Halloween is from Fright Night, and the dies also have that nice little banner die. So that's, I don't think I did it. Yeah, I did. I added some paper. Eat, drink, and be scary. And then the other one, this one is more of that paper. and I used the back of the Petunia, and then I put a fence in front of the house. Don't worry, eat sweets. And then here's another one of those pieces that I cut out from the paper. I'll show you that one. So it's this one right here, and I used that on this one, and I actually stamped him and cut him out. Cute little kitty cat. And then don't worry, eat sweets. So those are my cards, and I just think they turned out really cute. Now I've got 5 cards for my grandkids. It's fun. We live in an area, and one of the doctors, one of the dentists, where is the inside bat stamp from? Inside bat stamp from? Oh, that's from Spooky Halloween, right here. Sorry. And the little house is from the Spooky Suite, right here. And then 2 of the figures and the fence and the bats. So I use a lot of those. So our dentist lives in our area, excuse me, and he told us that they could get as many as 1,000 kids in this area. So this is the area to come. Thank you, Yvonne. So I have been watching sales and getting candy. I got some at Costco, and I'm going to be going and watching Safeway, and Grocery Outlet is here, and I'm going to be watching for candy because we could get a lot of little kids, and I love them. I love to share candy with them, and so anyway, we might be kind of overrun, but anyway, I've got cards now for my kids, and I will send the card that we made today. I will send it to someone who shares. Thank you, Rebecca. I know you love Halloween. That's kind of why I did it. But you have time still to order these products if you want them and need them for Halloween. Yes, 1,000. Yes. This is kind of, and I don't like to say this, but you know, there's doctors and lawyers and in this area. We're not, definitely don't fit in that way really too much, but because of, they know. Yeah, Yvonne, 200 to 300. Oh. We'll just have to turn the light out if we run out of candy. But so as soon as so anyway, this is kind of the more wealthy part. We're kind of up above the city, and we're not that kind, but we found this lot, and so anyway, so it should be fun. I know. I'm going to get my camera out and take pictures. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. And if you need to order any of the Halloween stuff, these are actually online exclusives. They're not in the catalog, so you can go to my online store, and you can see the paper and the Halloween sets. I'm sure you all have Halloween sets. You probably don't need to buy new ones. That's hilarious. Rebecca, she says, we get 0 kids if we get 2. I think it's, okay, I gotta go. My builder is here. Thank you very much.